So you can't rely on it and you can't trust them. They are going to cut the staff and cut accessibility.
That was RMT union leader Mick Lynch. We're going to get to him in a moment. But first, this. Usually every day someone makes this sort of comment on a Mick Lynch related video. Mick Lynch fanboys, the ignorance is amazing. Train workings, I think they mean workers here, frequently earn 60 to 80,000 and still they want more. Outrageous. So to begin with, the RMT, who Mick Lynch is the union leader for, only represents 5% of train drivers. 95% are represented by ASLEV. So you have the wrong union and the wrong strike. RMT is striking for workers who cater and clean, are guards, signal staff and do engineering. The issue of job losses and the removal of station staff and train guards is an essential part of the strikes. Here, let Mick explain.
So a quarter of the people are to be made redundant. A quarter of the jobs are going to be cut on stations, 2,300. The companies have notified us that already under the statutory letter. So they're not taking them out of the ticket office to work on the platforms, they're taking them out of the ticket office to make cuts, to cut the jobs out of the systems. And it's just a nonsense that these people will all be redeployed. They're cutting the hours, cutting the deployment, and for people who need to travel, which is often off-peak, that will be the very hours that staff will not be there. They'll put people there chiefly in the peak hours when it suits the companies, not when it suits many pensioners and others that come out after the early morning rush and all the rest of it. So they will be left to fend for themselves. And I think business people find it hard to understand the fear that puts into people's minds about travel. And Schedule 17, which is the thing has been abolished, which we've been consulted under, means that is the only means by which you can guarantee staff will be there. It's a regulation. That is being abolished. When this is abolished, and if it goes through, there will be no regulation for any of these train operating companies to put any staff on any station whatsoever. So what you're having now is a temporary measure to get this through. And in 2 years' time, there will be barely anyone working on stations on our railway because there will be nothing to stop them destaffing it. And they will say it's not efficient, and even the measures that they're putting in, which are only promises, they're not business commitments, they're not regulations, they're not on a record. They are commitments to get this consultation through. So you can't rely on it and you can't trust them. They are going to cut the staff and cut accessibility.
Click here for some more Mick.